Hey y'all, what's up everybody? It's mk420 and I'm back with a video tonight because I just wanted to mention talking about Final Combat basically, everything that went down. So if you guys want, thank you so much. Like I
Mortal
said,
Kombat 1.
for all the subscribers,
Press
everything, it means a lot. I
campaign.
only have MK1 pulled up right
Searching
now
for new
because I
content.
was playing it for a little bit before I started recording, so I'll just
Notifications.
put it on this
No
menu
new
so it stops
notifications.
talking.
L1 button R1 button change tab. Triangle button edit combat card. Touchpad button close combat card.
Okay, but yeah, if you guys could drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's keep growing the channel. And if you're 420 friendly, let us take a hit and we'll get into it. I got my AK-47 vape battery here. I bought this yesterday at the store, my local vape shop, for about $25. And it's a nifty little pen, man. This thing is awesome. But alright, let's take a hit. So, talking about Final Combat, it happened last weekend in Mexico City. Everybody knows that the furry, the king of cucks himself, Sonic Fox, got beat, and that's a big major talking point that I want to get to. But on top of that, real quick, shout out to Scorpion Prox for winning. Shout out to Canny Manny. Shout out to Scorpion Prox's brother. I don't remember the guy's name. I think it was not Velvet Rain, or uh, shout out to that player. He was a Takeda player in top three, top eight, whatever. And yeah, shout out to everybody that made it top eight, top three, the whole tournament. Just good job to everybody. But what is frustrating is NetherRealm knows this is the final tournament of MK1. And when you have commentators posting videos of the ceiling leaking water, debris falling, and all this crazy stuff, and then you have the Sonic Fox situation, I'll get into it. It just seems like that this is a fitting way for MK1 to go out because it had a chaotic start and now it has somewhat of a controversial finish. And personally, I think the venue, it seems like a nice venue. But maybe, they should have probably done some repair checks like a few months beforehand just to make sure everything was up to speed or code or whatever. And I'm sure they did. I'm not saying the city of New Mexico didn't do that for this tournament, but if fans are already upset at you for giving us a crappy game and whatnot, I mean, NetherRealm, in my personal experience for me, has been losing faith with me, I believe, since Injustice 2. I mean, if I'm being honest, like, MK11 was an amazing game. It was fun for what it was, but then we saw what happened in MK1 when they started charging $10 a costume. Us fans, we raged about it. They lowered it to $5, which is still not that bad, but and it's just like you already messed up people's faith in you by doing that with your games. And then people go to this tournament, they have faith in you, and you're hosting it in a arena that's not really meant to be hosting tournaments if it's leaking water and having parts of the building. Hold on. I gotta yell at this dog real quick. Bandit, be quiet, Bubba. You're okay. You let those kids outside play. They're not bothering you. I know, buddy. As you guys can hear, my cousin's dog, he's a very, very vocal little dude. He's a full-blooded Australian German Shepherd. It's okay, buddy. He's upset because I'm the only one here at the house and there's nobody else here with us right now. And he sees kids outside playing on the sidewalk over here. So, and yeah, but it just sucks, man, because you have all this stuff that happened at Final Combat, and it's just even more reasons for fans of NetherRealm right now to start losing faith. And it sucks because you think WB would do everything in their power to try to make this tournament as best as they can, and it doesn't help that people were reportedly getting the tournament broadcast in the wrong language, or with no audio, or with the audio and no visuals, or vice versa. And so that could be a streaming service issue. I know they tried to stream the tournament on HBO Max. That's how I was able to watch it over the weekend last week, but I honestly just don't know what they could do to make their tournament scene better. I mean, Sonic Fox, has been their golden child ever since, I would say, maybe mk1s. Every pro player, Ninja Killer came out and confirmed that yes, NetherRealm listens to Sonic Fox. He tells them how to make their game, they will listen to him. That's no secret. Now, first of all, I want to say the fact that they made them restart him, it was the set between him and Candy Manny, and supposedly they were already playing when the commentators came back from commercial. The commentators didn't know. They found out during the middle of the match. They tried to switch their cameras over to it. I guess somebody off screen came on stage, told them, hey, stop playing. We're going to restart the whole set because the broadcasters didn't have their cameras ready, or whatever it was. And Sonic Fox had the audacity to come out and say he lost focus, and that's what got him beat. And if, in his defense, that could be the truth. That could be the truth. But for him to get up and walk out of the tournament and not even stay for the ceremony, that just goes to show, either, in my personal opinion, being petty, or he really was mentally thrown off by just the whole experience, you know? Because I'm sure he's not the only pro player that was there that has come out and has said, hey, we've had some pretty bad experiences at tournaments. And I'm not advocating for Sonic. I don't like Sonic. I could care less for his fans. I don't like any of it. He's a good player. I'll give him that. I just don't like him on Twitter. If you've seen his Twitter posts, you know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the way his fans react to people that disagree with them, you know what I'm talking about. That's why I don't like the guy. Do I like the fact that he's a good player? He's probably got to be in the top 5 best MK players of all time. Top, top 10. He's there. He's top 10. He's not number one, but he's in the top 10. Probably around the 6 or 7 mark, but who knows? But it just sucks, because we got NetherRealm doing all this. So if the arena falling apart and leaking, that's not their fault. But the whole pro players and just all this stuff about, people feeling like that they've been having their game thrown off all because they had to restart a tournament. I think it's a really petty reason for losing. But at the same time, why not just come out and say, "Hey, I lost fair and square." But did Sonic do that? No. He sat there and tried to say that, oh, he was thrown off. And very well could be the case. That very well could be true. Do I care personally? Not really. But when NetherRealm has made their own golden child, Sonic Fox, leave their own tournament, not even have the respect or decency to stay and watch Ed Boon give Scorpion Prox the medal, and maybe, be up on stage and congratulate all the players, and, maybe give a fan, maybe sign some autographs. What did he do? He got up and he walked out. Now, he could be upset and walked out because he lost. I mean, you got to understand, that's a $150,000 tournament he could have won. I would have been upset if I was game locked in and then I got told I had to restart. And if that threw my focus off and I lost, that would throw me off too. It really would. It really would have thrown me off. So, like I said, I'm not saying it was all his fault, but I'm saying when you're a company, a $1 million, multi billion dollar company like WB, and this guy has been playing your games for years, and he's clearly one of the best to do it, and you sponsor him, and you listen to his ideas, you incorporate them into the game, and fans know this. You think you would want to do everything in your power to try to keep that specific investment happy. Now, I'm not saying there's tension between Sonic and WB or Sonic and NetherRealm. I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying there's going to be. Who knows? Maybe there will, maybe there won't. But if a company can make their own number one player, in many people's eyes, give up on the tournament and just walk out, not even stay to the end, then what type of mindset are other players having in the MK community? And that's my biggest question I want to propose to everybody. What is everybody's mental state right now? Like, is everybody okay? And if you're not okay, talk to somebody. Like, I don't understand. But I hope that this doesn't happen again for professional fighting game tournaments. I hope that the organizers can do a better job next time. I hope the players can all be mentally prepared better. I hope that I just want people to have fun on the game, right? Because that's all gaming is about. It's just having a good time. At least that's what it should be. And like I said, could this have been, Sonic's little meltdown on Twitter? Could that have been the results of him losing and not just being a man and accepting loss? No, it could be. Could it really have been that NetherRealm might have had a part to play in it? We don't know. You know, even he came out and said he loved meeting all the fans that were there, but the experience was just not something he was cool with. And I could feel that, when you're got reports of the building falling apart and there's audio broadcasting issues and matches are being paused and players are being told that they're facing one opponent just to be told like literally 30 seconds before they got to face somebody else. And it's just it's a it seems like it's very chaotic. And if NetherRealm was smart, they'll look at Final Combat, they'll look at everything that happened with production, and try and do better in the future. Now, what do I personally think about all of this? Well, I'm gonna just summarize it, but I'm gonna take a hit real quick. I think Sonic's reasoning for him losing is valid. Who knows? We don't know. We're not him. I think fans had every right, and pro players and commentators had every right to be upset about the conditions of the venue. And I also feel like NetherRealm needs to come out and apologize to fans or pro players or just do something to let us know, hey, they feel bad about what happened, but we never hear from the community managers. We never hear from the Q&A analysts anymore. We don't hear from anybody from NetherRealm anymore. It seems like I don't even remember the last time Ed Boon posted something on Twitter. So it's just like us MK fans lately have been screwed time after time again. If it's one person winning tournament after tournament and it gets boring after a while, or if it's people starting beef within the community over the dumbest reasons, or just, I don't know. But it doesn't seem like the MK community is in a good spot right now. And I hope it can get better. I hope the tournament organizers can do a better job. I hope the pro players can be a little more mentally mature about things. And I hope that fans can re-find faith within NetherRealm again. And if so, great. If not, I just hope WB and NRS knows they shot themselves in the foot at that point. But that's my opinion. I'm sorry for the long rant, but over it all, there was some hype sets in the tournament. There really was. So if you haven't seen the final eight or the final four or whatever, I'd go back and give it a watch. You know, regardless of all the issues that happened, it still was a pretty good watch. You know, there was some really good players, really interesting, teams that I saw. Like, it's just unfortunate that all of this happened the way it did, but it is what it is, and hopefully, things can get better. And real quick, um, Combat League videos will be back later this month, but also later this month we'll be starting the Legacy Collection stuff as well because I did pre-order it. Got my pre-order done last night. It cost me $48.14. So a little less than $50, but pretty just close enough. Might as well just round it up to 50, be done with it. And yeah, today's the second, so just know if you did pre-order it. Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn there, but if you did pre-order the collection, it said something about being able to download it on the 27th, and so you might be able to play it a few days even earlier than that. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But what do you guys think? What is your guys' thoughts on the venue falling apart? What is your guys' thoughts on how Sonic handled losing from the tournament? I mean, he got 3-0'd the first set. I didn't see it because I got to the tournament like towards the final like 6 players. I got there at the very beginning of top 8. So, do you guys think his crash out on Twitter and him saying that he lost his nerve, do you think that's valid? Do you think he's just having a crash out? Is good old Foxy over here, the little gay boy furry himself? Or do you think his opinion about it is valid? Do you think fans have the right to be angry about the arena falling apart? I personally think we have the right to be upset about it. But I've given my thoughts on it. I just hope WB can take this tournament and learn from it and do better. And if Sonic is truly crashing out, my only advice to him, or it, I should say, only advice to it is do better. Do better. Be more professional. Be better. I personally feel like he disrespected everybody by just getting up and leaving. I feel like he should have stayed and at least said congratulations to the person who won the whole thing. At least have the common courtesy to do that. But that's, again, just my opinion. I think it's messed up that the arena was falling apart and they didn't think to do like last minute maintenance work like a few months before the venue was even scheduled. I think that WB needs to analyze every bad situation that's been reported, that's been on film from this tournament, and they need to look at it and they need to be serious about how they can go about making it better next time. Those are just my opinions, everybody. What do you guys think in the comments? Like I said, do you guys think his crash out on Twitter is valid? Or do you think he's just being a crybaby? Do you think, like I said, us fans have the right to be upset about everything in the arena? And also, one more question. Did you guys get your Legacy Collection pre-orders? And if so, how many did you get? Are you getting digital or physical? Are you getting uh what consoles are you getting it for? Just let me know all of this down in the comments if you guys want. I'll try my best to respond. But I'm just curious on what the community thinks, and it sucks that we have more drama in this fighting game community, I feel like, than we've had positivity, especially in the last like 5 years. Because every Facebook group that's Mortal Kombat themed I'm in is just toxic. Every Twitter thread I see of MK fans, I barely see somebody post something about MK and it be positive. I mean, of course, yes, there's always positive stuff on about MK out there, but like 90, like 50% of the time there's the good, 50% there's the bad, and then there's like that percentage like right there in the middle where it's just like all toxic, and it's just like we are all better than this. Like, I don't know. We all need to do better. Us fans need to do better. The pro players need to do better. Mental health is important, so Sonic, maybe you should look into that, my man. Or whatever you are, man, furry, girl, I don't know what your pronouns are. That's why I call you an it, because I don't know what to call you. But hopefully things will be better, not just in fighting game communities, but just in gaming communities in general, man. And I really hope WB or whoever can look at this tournament, look at everything that happened, and go, okay, what can we do to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future? But like I said, what does everybody think? I'm curious to know. And I'll see you guys back on Tuesday for the shop update. Combat League videos will be coming back sometime this month. And then towards the end of the month, we'll be starting to do stuff for the Legacy Collection. But sorry for the long rant, everybody. I just had a lot to say on this situation. I know Dynasty made a great video going over it. So if you guys rather watch his coverage on it, go check him out. But his video actually kind of inspired me to make my own. So thanks for that. Um, we're going to take a final hit of this machine gun, and I think I'm get up out of here. Uno, dos, tres for those who partake. Uno, dos, tres. Let us begin. Alright, everybody. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments about all of this. Like I said, I'll try to respond to whatever I can. Again, thank you for being patient with me as the video uploads have kind of slowed down a little bit. I appreciate that for you guys being patient. I love y'all for it. And thank you to all the returning subscribers, the new subscribers. Thank you for keeping this channel growing. It really does mean a lot to me, and I hope we can continue it. So thank you everybody so much. I love you guys, and like I said, just let me know down in the comments what you guys think about all of this. And like I said, I'll do my best to respond to all of it. And if anyone is willing to have a discussion about anything, I'm willing to do that as well. So any Sonic fans out there that want to have a talk about what I said about Sonic, that's fine. Anybody out there that wants to talk to me about the arena stuff, that's fine. Or even if you don't have a really big opinion on this and you just want to comment and talk about MK in general, that's fine with me as well. But I love you guys, and like I always say, stay safe, God bless, take care of yourselves, be kind, and yes, the little puppy in the background is basically repeating what I'm saying. But with that being said, everybody, one more hit for the road of the machine gun. Let's go. All right, everybody. I'm mk420, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe. Peace. Peace.